How we doing, traders? Welcome to At the Close. Spencer Israel is out. I'm stepping in. Money Mitch is here, guys. We're going to talk about technology stocks, GoDaddy, energy sector, holiday sales, Sorrento, and some airlines, and of course, some stocks from the chat. You guys smash that thumbs up. Let's get At the Close started.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, open, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Well. Look at the market. Looks like Santa showed up.
Yeah, this is actually, it's the last 7 trading sessions is a Santa Claus rally. 5, right, this week because no breaks for the holiday. And then Thursday and Friday, when I was away, you guys were at play. Big day in the market. I mean, I call this a meltdown, just in my humble opinion. I never saw that pre-market low. Made quick work of Friday's high, quicker work of the all-time high at 43 and a quarter. Now you're making a new all-time high by a wide margin. So you know what that means? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know, 4,500 tomorrow. Who knows? 4,600 by the end of the week. Can't fight this market. Crude, Mitch, we're going to go in that in detail. I took my eye off that thing, and I shouldn't have. Boy, oh boy. Not only did it take out that mid-range, it caught a bid, and it is now up $1.94 at 75.73. We'll drill down in the oil sector. Gold meandering. The good thing is you have your second daily low above 1,800, so it's trying. See if we can get over 1820 and finish the year on a strong note in gold. Silver's going the opposite way. That's up on the day. That's up 13 and a half cents at 2307 and a half. And Bitcoin, that's doing okay. Kind of quiet, up 145 bucks, 51,205. And Ethereum futures, they're down $42. It kind of been red all day at 40.86.50. Take it away, Mitch.
All right, so first thing we're going to do is the news that we covered this morning and having a great day into the open there. Let's take a look at GoDaddy. GoDaddy, of course, getting the stake here by Starboard. Of course, we mentioned it. Starboard, they don't play when they're looking at investments here. They were looking to push the domain registrar to boost its performance. The Wall Street Journal reported today, and you could see it right out the gates, man. Nice
This is an interesting one. The way I want to talk about this setup a little bit is because we talked about the $80 level, right? And that's what it had hit. I think when we were covering it to show during the show, it was closer towards 80. So that was a breakout. But the other thing is that if you're watching the pre-market action and you see it trade down to 78. Who knows what you're thinking, but this is the instance where it opened at a discount to that pre-market high. And if you had, the gumption just to buy that thing right off the open, man, you didn't take any. You took like a nickel worth of heat. Those are the kind of trades that I like. So a little different setup that we talked about, but, the blind buy off the open, 83.32. We'll see if the momentum can continue into tomorrow. I mean, this stock needed a catalyst. It got it from Starboard. Next monthly high, if you're looking for another target on the upside, I would go with my August high of 85.91.
Yeah, keep your eye on it. As you guys can see, it definitely got moving today. This stock hadn't moved in a while. Monthly candle just put in a monster candle. So we'll see what happens with this stock. Let's go ahead. Let's transition into yes, Bill. I saw you early on in the day. Tech baby. Yes, it is. It's technology day. Let's take a look at some semiconductors. Stocks, NVIDIA and AMD doing an awesome day. I don't know which one you want to look at first, but man, what a day for these. We were looking at it on live trading out the gates. For me, NVIDIA 300 stood out for me. I was looking for that break of 300, looking for a breakout through that level, and that's what we got today. Nice little push.
Now that you took, I kind of, I don't know if I took the wrong approach, but I looked at it, and I was either because these things hadn't. I look at things on a relative basis when
Mhm.
their biggest component is the S&P 500, as Nvidia was. I was scratching my head. I'm like, why isn't this taking out Friday's high? That's the number that Mitch keyed on, 30059. And it did not take long to take that out. Actually opened 20 cents for the low of the day. The indexers got a hold of it. It took out that 30059, and there was an air up to 1160. Now we only got to 1087, but hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So good relative was a little bit of a laggard, caught up. There it is, getting back half of the move. And the same thing with AMD. This did clear the previous day's high. Opened up, but once again, 47.51 open, 47.33 open within yesterday's range. And what do you have above the high from yesterday? You have nothing. 149.02, that was a high from last week, and this exceeded my expectations a little bit. I saw air up to the 152.40 area. That was a pair of highs from the second and the third. And AMD does what AMD does, and it overshoots on the upside and the downside. So great day for AMD.
Yeah, I'd point out this one did that beautiful 50% retracement from that move that was from, I guess you could say, the 11th of October up to the peak of November 30th. You draw the 50% retracement from there, it takes you right to
Yeah,
134.32s, right in that area, 135. It held pretty. So Joel talks about it, that 50% retracement.
I like
Guys,
it. Yep, it's
keep it
not
on
your
watch, you know?
Yep, it's not your true fib number, but you got to have your own little tricks, right? You got to have your own things that you follow, and it's okay to do that as long as you follow consistency. Like, don't be going to 50 to 50, and then I'm going to go point 0.3. I'm going to go 0.618. Oh, I'm going to go. I had this one buddy that, and I don't even know why he played it like this. He would be, if it got through like the 87.5,
Mhm.
retracement, then there was a high probability that it was going to fulfill the whole move. And I'm like, oh my God, I'd be buying, at the 382, the half, the points. Why wait for the 88%? And, that is confirmation, in strong momentum markets, you do get that. But, it's just an old trick that I learned from my buddy Mike Simon, rest in peace, a guy that I knew on the floor. And that's what I like to follow. And also, just a little, the fibs are good, the retracements are good, but if you can get them to back them up with something else, if you can get them to back it up with a daily high or two highs in a row or multiple closes, then it adds strength to,
Yep.
up to the number. Just in and of itself, it's not the greatest thing, but when you can combine it with other simple factors, it can give you good setups.
100%. You had three daily lows right in that area, right at that 50%. That's how you kind of combine it. That look there, good look there. Let's go ahead. Let's transition. This is an impressive stat here. When I saw this, I was actually impressed. I didn't expect to see this. Energy sector is set to finish as the year's S&P 500's top performing group. Would you have put a bet on that one in early 2020, Joel? I don't know.
I would have had a triple D. He's been poo pooing the oil sector for a while. Yeah, a big move. I mean, you had your big move in oil, right?
Hmm.
We went from zero demand, excess supply, to high demand and lower supply. So ain't no economics professor, but that's what you had happen there. I know Goldman made some positive comments. They're looking for $100 oil. So I mean, if we get through these different stages of the virus, I mean, people are going to be hopping in cars, are going to be hopping in planes. It's going places. So technically, for the crude, I don't know if you want to look at some individual issues, but yeah, a good year for crude, and why bet against it? The trend is your friend.
Hey,
I don't know if it can continue as much. I mean, of course, it could equal what it does next year, but it'd be hard to say that do it again.
I'll tell you a monster stock that I wish I would have taken an investment in, and that's Marathon Oil Group, MRO. Look at that one, early 2021. Look where we are now. Whoa! Can we get a go back? I'll take it.
Yeah, just hanging out as of late, though. Well,
Yeah.
there you are, single digits, consolidating. Maybe get another breakout. 1759 is the high for the year. Nothing on the monthlies backing up that, but there you go. That's what you got on the multi-year high, right?
Ooh.
Where were you back? You haven't been in this area since April of 2019. Lower price stock, good stock, a lot of liquidity, not a fun stock to trade.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's transition into what we're looking at the holidays. What happened? Well, we got some numbers out of MasterCard. Holiday sales rose 8.5% in 2021 from last year, the fastest pace in 17 years. And so with this, I'm going to call out the department store rising. You guys can take a look at some of these names today. Macy's having a good day today, up 2.98%. We'll see if these can get off the daily lows there with a little bit of a Santa Claus push.
That's not a bad looking chart. Look
Yeah.
at that. I mean, this thing got
Yeah.
tarred and feathered, 38 to 23 and change, and then boom. Frankly, this is not the stock I would want to short, and you got some momentum going with you. You have distanced yourself from the low of the move, so not that much though. I mean, if you take any shot here, even getting half of this move back, even 38, 31, 32, yeah, good looking chart. I haven't looked at Kohl's lately. KSS, that's same kind of pattern. I didn't, the holiday sales. I just thought people were going to shop till they drop, anyways. They're making off that money off Bitcoin and in the market. And I'll tell you right now, I have Lisa's birthday coming up. Don't say anything to anybody. I mean, I want to spend. People are in the spending mood, so that's being reflected in the holiday sales. Not so much in these charts, but these retailers are looking okay.
Definitely. I'll be looking at Macy's. Just to mention another one, DDS had a 3% day bounce. I'm wondering if this really starts moving because this does have big room if it does go back up, right? It's crazy trading stock there. It went from 420s down to 230s. What a range.
And did it? Where was the? Well, this is the dailies, huh? Guys, this is a deceiving chart. I mean, it's not a huge of a move, but man, oh man, if you want to be short this thing over 260, go right ahead. I mean, that's your resist. Yeah, well, this is lagging a little bit, folks. Keep your eye on 260. We'll see kind of tricks Dillard's has up their sleeve, but 260, I think you would have. I would think you would have, the shorts on the, covering into our rally as opposed to just getting their bids peppered. New high in the S&Ps, 47.76. Just little pullback heading into the final hour, but now just barreling ahead. I mean, I think I stopped my numbers at 45.75. The only other number I threw in there, and I had it starred, but I never thought we would get to 89.50 today. The only way I came up with that 89.50, well, I'm not going to tell you how I came up with that 89.50.
Don't give all the secrets away, Joel. They could pay for some of those.
You got to tune in to PreMarket Prep to find out.
All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's transition here. Let's go into one that Joel thought maybe could get a move, but I mean, didn't even bite there today. Sorrento's COVID-19 rapid antigen test detects Omicron variant. This was important because my thinking was that some of the testing were going to have to be adjusted for this variant. This is interesting news catalyst here, Joel. What are you thinking? I mean, it wasn't definitely loved by Wall Street today, but
no, and I was just. I did not have this one on my bullish radar. I just did this as the pre-market prep stock of the day, and this thing has been beat. Obviously, no one cares, and I
Hmm.
that I mean, I think the other I don't know. I don't know where they got this information that they had the super test, and I guess either does Wall Street, but got the initial pop, and this is things I like y'all to look at. This is the pre-market trading here with the what is that, fuchsia? I don't even know my colors. Cyan. I don't even know what they
Hmm.
are. I'm colorblind too. But look at that. You never even, you opened up near that area. I couldn't take out the pre-market high. And now you're on the verge of breaking. There were 9 lows in this 550, 560 area. So not only did it not go up on good news, it's going bad. It's going down on good news. So
Hmm.
I'm not too sure about this one. SRNE. It's Sorrento Therapeutics. Not getting the pop that people wanted off the news.
Yeah, until it kind of breaks out that pattern of lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, I'll stay away too. We'll see what happens with this one. Look at Airlines with a little bit of a comeback. We can call it a
Yeah,
little bit of a comeback.
I never looked at the Jets because I just have
Yeah,
always
let's take a look.
pulling it.
Haven't seen that in
It
a
was like
while.
one of those things where it's a pullback that maybe should be bought, but yeah, I guess 21. I didn't look at the Jets, but that's not a big mover. That came down to the support area for the Delta. I was looking at that too. And it's just sometimes you can look at a stock and you can say, well, I wanted to get to 36.75, 37, but it didn't. So I think you got a good this is a good day for the airlines, even though they're bad they're down just a tad, crawling back. I mean, hey, like I said, these trades are longer term. Don't love the patterns, don't love the long-term trends, but hey, if you're in a trade for something, then you could be in for a trade. To me, I just sticking my nose out at 38 and change where you would at what the 37.86. The risk is too much on the even getting to that 50%. I would have licked my chops at 37, but I guess I'm not the only one that can read a chart.
All right, and to finish off, I'll take some from the chat and we'll extend a little bit about it. I'll talk a little bit more about it on Money Mitch, but let's talk a little bit about these auto manufacturers today. Having an awesome day. Rivian, over 10% day for Rivian. And for that case, just to mention, Tesla almost having a
Oh,
2.5% day also. So it's not like it's just only one play here. Definitely looks like we got some boost there in the auto manufacturers. Rivian really
now,
taking off.
yeah. Now I don't know because I keep CNBC. Well, I have it on, but I never have the volume on, and I caught it out of the corner of my eye. And maybe some of you CNBC hawkers can help me on this. But did Gene talk positive about this one this morning?
Is that
Can
what
someone
happened?
help me? Can someone help me? Chat, can you help me?
All right, we'll see.
Somebody?
I'm sure they know. You know how we have
Someone?
those.
We got these guys are so sharp. Come on, help me out. I thought someone out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw it. Got off the mat, got back into 100. Did you fill the gap here for old Rivian? No. I mean, you got room
Close.
up to. Well, oh, it did fill the gap. Look at that. The $7, $6.5 gap from earnings, 107.06. Where do you go today? You go to 107.49, and you're only backing off. If you want another target hanging out for this for a couple days, lick your chops at 117. 116.74 was a high, 117 was a high, and 117.90 was a high. So that's what you have in Rivian. If big move, and it's not really a 2-day move because it was kind of quiet on what, Friday? Was it Friday? Yeah. Well, no, Friday the markets were closed. Thursday. Okay, Peloton down and Fastly's down. What is it? Pile on triple D here? I mean,
Of course, I
you look
mean,
at
of
the
course they're going
stocks.
to call it out.
Yeah, boy, these guys are vicious. I'm glad I wasn't here last week.
Yeah,
Buck 90. Well, I was here a little bit on Monday. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this one. I don't really. I don't know what to do with it. I know what I'm not doing with it, and that's buying more. I don't care what the chief investment officer says. Zoom. I mean, I'm just, this whole, staying home thing. I don't think, people want to stay at home. I don't know. These trades are over. Let's move on from these pigs. PIGS.
All
Capital
right.
P. I'm going to start my own ETF, pigs. And it's going to be Peloton or just
Don't
Peloton.
worry,
I
just
guess
throw
it's the
body
worst
in
one.
there, throw Genie. I got you a
Yes.
couple stocks, Joel. Don't worry. All right, let's go ahead, guys. Let's take a look at an interesting sector that I want to see into 2022, which is industrials. So, with that being mentioned, I'll go through BNZ's comment for GE. So, let's take a look there. GE and industrials. Industrials have been coming back, and I have a feeling that they're going to have a strong 2022. So,
New highs, S&P, 78.5. Sorry about that, Mitch.
hey, you got to announce it. Ding, 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 ding.
I don't know. If
What
you
do you think
want to
about a
go into the
General
industrial
Electric?
there, but you get some buying balances? Is this crazy? Do you have your
Yeah, I'll
pro
pull
up?
it up. I got you.
Can you believe people are going to buy balances on a day like this? Holy moly. I guess they're getting confirmation that we're going higher here. Let's see.
Need to
I
get a
know that
recent one, but I got one at 331. There was actually 120 million to the sell side, but I'm sure that's going to be changing up right now.
that's just like a buy signal, 120
Yeah,
million to sell. Okay. Yeah, we're in the 80. If this gets to 89.50, holy mackerel, I'm gonna
hey,
kick myself aside the head.
to,
What else?
to not,
GE. I don't know this stock. I mean, I think if you want to pick something out of the industrial sector, find something else. I mean, that's the
what
only thing
about
I can say.
cat? Let's take a look at cat. Take it up.
Anything but GE. The cat. Let's see what the cat in the hat is
The
doing
cat in the
here.
hat.
Not a bad day. Just gaps all over the place. Is it like I don't know. I thought they passed the bill. They don't pass the bill. They pass the bill. They don't pass the bill. I mean, so this gets yanked around on that. It's easier to find support in this than resistance. You had the 3, 4 monthly lows in the same area, but just not fully participating. I mean, you had the huge 20, right? The second half of 20, and you followed into the second half of 21. But man, it just hasn't been performing since June. So I don't know. Better. There's better ones out there, I think, than Cat and Deer. How's Deer doing? If you look at Cat, you got to look at Deer. Ooh, I keep an eye on Deer tomorrow. Got a quad
Yeah, you
top
see,
here. Yeah, all right.
there's something out
Perfect
there.
triple top, 352, folks. Put an alert on that one for the Cat if you wanna play it on some strength.
Manuel, that's the pigs for you here. It's Peloton, Intel, GE, and Sorrento.
I
PIG.
don't. You know what? Don't put that Intel in there, man. That Intel's coming back. I'm telling you, it's
I,
coming back.
I had a feeling Joe would say something about Intel.
Intel.
Let's
Or
go
else I'm
ahead,
never
guys.
talking to Sean Udall again. One or the other. Intel, and then what else did you mention along those lines?
Uh, let's go ahead.
Uh,
Let's take a look here at FSIL. Everyone was taking a look at that this morning, but it didn't do much. It just went straight down out the gates,
which one?
man. That the one that you had fun with me today, FSIL, FCEL.
Oh yeah, I was making fun of you. Essel. I'm like, Essel? What's that? I thought you said
FSIL.
Esso. That was the name of the old gas stations in, maybe it still is in Canada. Have you ever been to Canada, Mitch?
No, I can't say I crossed the border that way, at least. I've crossed the border south, but not the border north yet.
You know what? When Triple D came into Windsor,
Yeah.
of course we make last second plans. And so I'm like, my wife calls, she says, you better see how like easy it is to go across the
Right?
border.
Don't be able to not to come back, Joel.
Yeah, that's what she said to me. I looked in, they're like, you need this, and then I started to go get a COVID test. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm not going to go get something shoved up my nose
Wait a second.
just so I could buy Dennis lunch in Canada. So I didn't do it. But the fuel cell, now the pre-earnings run is the pre-earnings run, and people sold into that. The people that were buying the last couple, that were early, this thing it did sneak its head over 7. Was that? Oh, that was in the pre-market though. That was
Ouchie,
tricky.
wouchie.
Yeah. Look at this. What was your opening print in Fuel Smell? Your opening print was 9 cents off your high of the day. So I think a lot of people were looking for this to go to 7. They bought it on momentum and they got smoked. So Dennis likes those pre-earnings run plays. It's not one that I've played a lot, but this is what can happen when you don't sell. What are the actual earnings on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, on Wednesday before the open. So we'll see what happens then, but
Yeah, I'm never a
definitely
big fan of this stock.
a flush out there. All right, let's go ahead. What are the ones being mentioned in the chat? Look like Docu being mentioned in the chat, but we taking a look at those growth stocks. I think they're all very similar.
Yeah, what is the
Um,
Docusign? Oh,
let's-
just wallowing here under the gap. You had the move, you had the pullback, you have the place to strike, but boy, oh boy, you just got so much. Look at that red candle. Look at
mhm.
that. 2 red candles in a row. I can't give you much on this one. I'd rather buy it at 165 and say, hey, it broke out than, I mean, you could take a stab here. You took half of the move, but what you get on these kind of trades is you get all these they're looking just all these bottom fishers. And these days right here, they're not looking for DocuSign to go back to 310. They're looking for 10, 15 points. And if it goes down, they're going to buy more. They got deeper pockets than you and I. So these is just a grinder trade. Not seeing anything in here in DocuSign.
All right, let's go ahead. What else is being mentioned in the chat? We talked about Chevron. We can talk about oil, but looks like we got a super sticker here for a little bit of a cheaper name, but we'll give Bat Viller a little love here. AVCT. The reason I'll take a look at it is at least the dailies are around the same area. So you're seeing it build up here. It did do a push through 250 today. This stock was up 33% on the day. It's an information technology services stock, cloud technology. Yeah, I mean, where's resistance? To me, 3 stands out. But, I mean, I don't know about you, Joel. Do you see anything on this chart?
Yeah, I should have mentioned it to me like 3-4 days ago,
Right?
Yeah. I mean, first things first, would I be let's see if they gave it the big volume love bump. Yeah. It had, this is the first day of it, so I'm certainly not standing in the way of it. 30 million on Thursday, 120 million today. So the boys are either loading up or getting out. But first things first, you got to get to 275, and then you have that higher 313. But that would be a double since last Monday. So not, you got the big volume going in your way, and you might get some momentum. See if they can juice it in the pre-market. But if this thing doesn't take out 275, boom, that was the high from today. Then it will roll over and die.
Beautiful outlook. That's exactly where I'm going to be looking at tomorrow, that 275.
Afrin, when they announce the split, I don't know what is going to. That's one thing I asked Mitch on the pre-market. Before the show started, I'm like, what's going on with Amazon? It's down today. I think you just. I just think you got it. Well, 30. What Afrin? He's a 4K. I think you need to split the stock, and because what do? They come out with earnings. They beat by like $16 or something like that. I mean, it's just such a big company. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know when or if they're ever going to do it, but that would be the catalyst that I'd be looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a sideways trend with Amazon. Every time you think it's getting a breakout, it just if you look further back and further back, it just shows sideways consolidation. I even sometimes go back, and Joel might even look at me crazy, but I'll look at a quarterly
Yeah,
of
there's
this.
nothing wrong with that.
Quarterly just shows sideways trend. That's all that happens in Amazon until it breaks that trend really to one way or the upside or the downside. So 3,000 on the downside, I'd say 3,600 on the upside, and actually hold up there. I think you're just in a sideways trend. So
Yeah, I mean, this is not a recommendation by any means, but like, the people that are selling iron condors, you're selling the call spread, you're selling the put spread, and
yep,
you're just watching all these dummies that bought puts and calls lose money, and you're bringing it in. So
they just hand it
that's
to
a
you.
wrap. Yeah, that's a wrap for today, Mitch. They just stopped. No stopping buying right into the bell. 84 and a quarter, 83 and a half. Your last print. New all-time high by 40 handles, 40, folks. That's a big move. New all-time closing high by, holy mackerel, 70 handles. I don't know. I don't know. This, now I'm not calling the top yet, and it's an expensive sport picking tops. That's all I can say. I mean, I guess in individual stocks, but that's it, Mitch. I'll let you go over to Money Mitch, and we'll reconvene in the morning. Everyone, once again, if you didn't listen to the morning show, everyone that reached out to me regarding Norma, thanks a lot, and I appreciate it. I just want to give all my thank yous in one full swoop. So.
Thank you,
Moving
Joel.
on, and we'll have a good day tomorrow.
Of course, see you tomorrow, bright and early. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us on At the Close. Up next, you got Money Mitch. Yes, I'm going to continue going all day, baby. Smash that thumbs up. I got a great interview for you guys. Stay up. We're going to talk a little bit about some gambling stocks, also Bally's Corporation with Sue Kim, the managing partner and chief investment officer of Standard General. Stay tuned, guys. Just up next. Don't go nowhere. This will take you right on over. I'll see you guys on over.